Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to the Be Connected show. It is an honor to be here, and I hope that you guys are all excited as well because there's some incredible information that will be shared today. And you do, by the way, still have a few minutes to invite your guests or at least let them know that we are live. So I want to welcome you. Welcome. And just thank you for coming out. I'm Dr. Rhonda Hollins. I'm out of the Houston area, and it is simply a pleasure to be here. I'm excited because I have an opportunity to change my trajectory, my husband and I, with some of the things that we are doing since we've had the opportunity of connecting here, right? Well, we did have the opportunity to meet the CEO and COO in Las Vegas last year, and we were stung. We were stung by the bee, and therefore we decided we would be connected because this community is amazing. And we haven't really been around for a very long time, but we decided that we wanted to participate on a larger level, I should say, and just really let people know that there's something here that's special, that's U.S. based, that any and everybody can participate in, and you're going to see it today. So we are grateful that you're here. We're celebrating our 5th anniversary, and you'll learn a little bit more about that and what that means today. So I just realized that, this was something that is very special. And someone had shared some information with me about brilliance. Matter of fact, it was a card. And what brilliance says, it's when a collection of brilliant minds, hearts, and talents come together, you can simply expect a masterpiece. And that is what I see with Be Connected. And I'm just really thrilled to know that this is something that everybody can participate in and just simply is a better way. So I'm honored to be able to introduce the COO and co founder of this amazing company. And he's going to really just open the door, and I'm going to say blow you away with some information because that's what he does best. And a little bit about this gentleman. He is he's done a lot of wonderful things. Every time I've heard him talk or I've brought someone to the table to introduce him to, I was just impressed with how humble he is, how many people he has helped. He has started orphanages over in Thailand. He has taken a cell phone company from one store to 200 plus stores. He's just everything he's put his hands to has turned to gold. And that's a good thing. You want leadership like that. You want people that are have something that they freely share transparently with the community and with other people. So I'm excited. You're going to hear from him in just a moment. But there's one thing I do want to do, and I want to, for some of the new people that are on the platform, I want to share one little tool with you. Down at the bottom of your screen, if you move your mouse there, your little floating platform or menu will pop up, and you'll see a hand. And next to that hand is a arrow. If you click on that arrow, you're going to see some little emojis that pop up, and you'll be able to use that in just a moment. But we definitely, there you go. Some people see it there. I just want to let you know that be open and not distracted because of the information that you're going to see here in just a few minutes. So with that, I don't want to belabor any other information here. There's nothing else that I can say other than I want you to help me welcome. Absolutely. Help me welcome by a show of the little hand clap down at the bottom. The COO and co-founder, Mr. Johnny Reed. Sawadi.
Sawadi, Doc. Appreciate that. Thank you for those warm words. And then welcome everyone to another Be Connected show. This is our 5th year anniversary, and I'll be your host here for the next couple minutes. I feel very blessed, at least in my life. I'm a baby boomer, obviously in my 60s, traveled the world, many times over. I've been very fortunate to be at the right place at the right time. Not saying I'm a very smart guy. I'm not like Doctor has an actual real PhD. A doctorate. I have a PhD, which stands for a public high school diploma. So I went all the way. But in the opportunities that I was able to find in my life, I think the first big opportunity was the deregulation of the telephone service. So it went from analog to digital, and I did very well in that arena because it was very simple, and I knew that everybody in the United States at that time had a telephone. And then, of course, as the doc had already alluded to, when the cell phones started to pop up, and of course, I'm dating myself now, it was like 26 years ago, I took advantage of that opportunity because I saw the future. I saw that everybody in America would eventually have a mobile device. Obviously, my guesstimation was correct. And then 5 years ago, when the CEO of BeeKonnected came to me, approached me on her concept of creating a new business platform, but not in the United States. We are American made, American born, but it would be global in scope. And I remember the first time I had an opportunity to build a business outside the US, within the US, but then expanding the US, the results were like 20x bigger than anything I'd ever done before. So I'm going to take you on a little journey here today and kind of share with you what is the BeeKonnected platform. I see a lot of familiar faces on the screen, and I see some people I've never seen before. So again, we want to include enough information to bring in the brand new people so you understand where we're at. You can get started immediately. You can make money today, right? The way we've designed this company, it's designed for instant success. We do pay contributions and commissions and bonuses on a weekly basis, so you don't have to starve while you're trying to build a new business. Matter of fact, the new announcements that we launched just this last Thursday, just a couple days ago, you can go out and immediately make yourself anywhere from a few hundred to five figures in your first week. And I've done that many times for other people. I've done it for myself, but most importantly, being a coach and a trainer, building sales teams for 30 plus years, that's what I look for. An opportunity that you can have immediate success. There's no need to grind it out. There's no need to, have to, just hope and pray that one day things will turn around. It can turn around for you starting today. And so I'm going to give you a little bit of visual. I'm going to share my screen. We presented a couple slides here to aid the experience, because I don't know if you're like me, I like to see pictures while somebody's trying to tell me something, because it's easy for me to understand. So with that said, let's kind of get started here. This is only going to take a few minutes. Nothing is complicated. And so we see here, a guy sitting there with his best friend. They always say a dog's a person's best friend, working from home, right? And that is the trend with the internet, as powerful it is now. There's 5 billion people online in some capacity at a given moment of time, which is the majority of the world. And then here we say, because the name is BeeKonnected, we want you to thrive in our hive. That's what we call this. And of course, this is now celebrating our fifth year of being in business. And now 5 years is a long time if you're a young person. If you're like me, it feels like a couple months because time flies as you get older. This is what we used to look like when we first started. This was my genius marketing attempt at putting up a logo. So I was kind of dating myself. It looks like a cartoon you see on a cereal box, but that's what we look like in 2020, but obviously it's not 2020 anymore. The new logos now are obviously more current to the marketplace. The new BeeKonnected logo and then the Hive logo was created just here recently because we updated a lot of our software and made the user experience very, very simple. Now, BeeKonnected is not difficult to understand, right? We are now operating with members in over 140 countries. It's the only online platform that does it all for business people. Our goal is to help you lower your operating costs, increase your efficiency, and most importantly, number 3, increase profits. Now, the nucleus is our CEO's, vision in her superior mindset of understanding pain points in one's life, because she used to be, before the CEO of BeeKonnected, her last company that she founded and was the CEO, she ran for 7 years, was the Public Speakers Association. So she knew exactly what the coaches, the trainers, the authors of the world needed, and then most importantly, what was the pain points in their life. And so most people are using multiple platforms, multiple softwares, because that's the current trend. All these companies are amazing. They're worth hundreds of millions, billions. Some of them are worth trillions of dollars. But the consumer is using almost 7 platforms to run their businesses. And I like to call this the Frankenstein effect, where you're having to go get, say, a Zoom, and then you got to go talk to Kajabi, and then you need a CRM, so you'll go to a HubSpot or a Salesforce, and then you need a professional business calendar, so you go to Calendly. And all of these other services typically are not free. They cost money. And then you got to piece it together like a Frankenstein. So our CEO said, hey, let's go ahead, bite the bullets, invest the money, and create an ultimate platform where you can have all your resources to run your business in one place. So you need one password, and you can jump seamlessly with our little hexagon, if you will, of the Hive. And if you want to do a virtual conference like we're on now we're in webinar mode, so that's why you're not able to interact. That's done on purpose because we want to keep it short and sweet. And then if you want to do private meetings, obviously everybody's cameras on and everybody can communicate back and forth. But you can jump from virtual conferencing to go to your CRM, to jump on our social media platform, create and form a group and do postings. You'll know instantly when you're being notified. You got your calendar and many other things. And then, of course, we want to make sure that we're diversified. So we give you, just like Instagram, the choice between light mode and dark mode. And being a baby boomer in the beginning, I'm like, I like light mode. And the CEO is like, I like dark mode. And she won that war because I went over to the dark side there. So I prefer the dark mode on my computer and my phones. So here's a visual, right, to show you actually how powerful BeeKonnected is, right? So it's a place where you can there's no other company that does all of this, right? Some say we do it all, but then they don't have virtual conferencing. Well, I'm like, well, that's the nucleus of everything. Right. So virtual conferencing, if you want to broadcast, you want to do social media, you need a CRM if you're in business today. It's becoming no more of an option as you really understand the power of a CRM. You're falling behind if you don't have one. You're not closing you're not converting as many people as you can. But if you never had one before, you don't know the difference. And then groups and leads and content. And we even have proprietary software that nobody on the planet has and B can have because we patented it. And then, of course, a business calendar. Now, all of these softwares that we've personally created, it's our IT team. We got hundreds of programmers. We can do anything. So what we did is focus on how do you make more money seamlessly with your clientele, right? Because if you're in business, you're trying to move something to someone, right? That's just how you stay alive, right? So we have built into our screen, you can see it over there on the left, links that you can custom design, right? So this is very important if you're in the business of wanting to move content. And if not just content, you want to form your own community. You want to be able to set meetings up with people, right? Set up your calendar. But the beauty of BeeKonnected is it's also simple for the consumer, and it's also simple for you to use. Then, because we recognize the world is not a one-size-fits-all, we make sure that when you're talking in your native tongue, depending on where the person's at, maybe they don't understand English, maybe they understand Mandarin, maybe they understand my adopted country of Thai, or they might speak Spanish, right? So the software will help translate all your meetings in over 100 languages. Now, as I mentioned, there's branding. Branding is very important to an entrepreneur, and I'm sure you'd agree if you are one, because you want to be able to be recognized, stand out from the crowd. So we allow you to build different backgrounds, branding to your company, and you can have actually up to 5 different themes, if you will, which carry 3 links apiece. So just at a click of a button, you can change things up, and you can do that up to 15 different offers. This is very important, right? Because a lot of people have more than one business, or they might want to conglomerate. They might want to collaborate. Woo! I need another cup of coffee. They can collaborate with other coaches, right? And they can have a summit, if you will, on BeeKonnected, where again you don't have to push or shove because some of our other software, which I'm not going to get into. So they can all share the screen, have different offers, and you can join forces and have a much bigger turnout and a lot higher conversion. The only other thing I'll talk about technology today, because I want to get into the heart and soul of what is super important in the evolution of BeeKonnected and the opportunity and the gift for you, is to talk a little bit about the CRM. Now, we didn't just put up any old CRM, because there's obviously many choices now. We put up the world's first integrated CRM, right? And so unless you got your own virtual conferencing platform, you can't be part of this conversation. HubSpot, Salesforce, they're all relying on you going over to a Zoom or a Google Meets or Microsoft Teams. You got to go to somebody else's software, and then they got their software, and you got to slap it together. But if you have a CRM, according to HubSpot, it'll help you increase your conversions by as much as 300%. Now, what business?
There you go. So I think he was talking about the CRM and that it's 300% conversion. Who would like to get some more conversions? Come on, put it in chat. Yay! No, you do not need an autoresponder with the CRM. We have our own built-in email system, so it's very cool. And we will, let's see. See the slides, but can't see the mobile app. Okay. All righty. So let me see if I can't take over. Maybe I need to kick JR out and then have him come back in. It's always fun when the internet decides to play harsh with you, right? So if you don't know, I am Tanya Hoffman. I'm the CEO and co-founder. And we will wait for Mr. Reed to get back here. But what a fun day. There he is. Let's pin to stage. Are you back? You may be having some major issues. Right? Let me go and find the show PowerPoint. We could do this. We can work on the fly. There we go. All right. So we're going to get this all going again until Mr. Reed's internet comes back. And it might be his computer. Who knows? That's the fun part about technology, right? All righty. Well, we're super excited about everything that Mr. Reed was talking about. You know, this is what it's all about, is creating this huge momentum for us. Yes, and he dropped out again. So there's some issue. Rhonda, if you could help watch for JR, and then that way he can jump back in.
Absolutely. I've got you covered.
Thank you. All righty. So let's see. Let me share screen. We can just modify what we're looking at here. All righty. So let's see. We were down here. And we're going to, you can tell how often I use this. And then Rhonda, let me know if JR jumps in, because it takes over my whole screen, so I don't see.
Absolutely. And you can go full screen here, please.
Oh, yes, that's right. Do you not see the
down at the lower right? Just hit the little presentation box there.
No.
On the PowerPoint, and it should bring it full screen.
So it's not full screen for you right now?
No.
What are you seeing?
Well, we see your other slides on the left.
Oh.
Or you could slide those over to thumbnails.
Okay.
Click and drag them. That either way is fine.
Entire screen. Trying to multitask.
That's it. Doing fine. Hold tight, everybody. We're almost there.
Right. All right. And then we share. And then we go here and we go here. All right. Now can
Yeah,
you see it all? Fantastic.
there we
All
go.
right. So like Mystery was talking about, it really is about that conversion rate. And because our CRM literally takes everything all together, now you don't have to worry about having to data entry because it pulls from every part of BeeKonnected. Oh, as a host, Rhonda, can you make JR a host, please?
Yeah.
You know how to do that?
Yes.
All right, let me turn it back over. I'll get it. There you are. I did it, Rhonda.
Okay.
There you are. Hey, welcome back.
Kicked out of my own webinar.
Aw. Bye, everybody.
Did you stop sharing your screen? Okay, so I was so rudely interrupted there. Okay, I used to like CRM. Now I don't like it so much. So if you're still with me there, ladies and gentlemen, do apologize for the technical difficulties. That was not BeeKonnected. That was the compliments of the MGM signature here in Las Vegas. I have a penthouse here, and I can't control the Wi-Fi, and so it hiccuped on me. And there's nothing anybody on the planet can do when your internet provider doesn't cooperate. But getting back into this to tie this up in a pretty little bow, not to wear you out with technology, because we have a 14-day free trial. Everyone can come to BeeKonnected with a 14-day free trial. So selling is not required. Being pushy, learning how to close people, that's really not required, because it's just like anything else. You know, TikTok grew to almost 1 billion people because it was cool, right? People liked it. Same thing in BeeKonnected. So not only do you get virtual conference, you get CRM. If you have courses to sell, if you're looking for lead generation, if you're wanting to do big live shows where you want to go live and then train people, if you have premier groups you want to establish, obviously another social media platform. But our community, ladies and gentlemen, are all business-minded people, probably a lot like you. So there's a lot of collaboration that goes on with BeeKonnected, so people can find other CEOs, other digital marketers, people that can help them move the needle of their own company. And then, of course, we tie it all together with our new release of a business calendar to replace like the Calendlies of the world at 50% cost reduction, but it's a better platform. So again, it really comes down to, do you want to keep doing Frankenstein, or do you want to have a company that provides all the services, all the tools? Obviously, we're not a Wi-Fi provider because that was my issue today. But in case you don't know, right? A lot of people don't know. They just live in the little bubble that they're in, and they don't realize what are other people spending their money on. And it's important to understand the competition, the demographics, right? The lay of the land. So Zoom has a free offer that only lasts for 40 minutes. And then as they go to the pro and the business, it's like, if you're truly paying monthly, it's like I'm rounding $16 or $22. Now, this is not counting all the other things that they'll charge you for, like extra storage space. And then if you increase your audience size because your business scales, then it starts to become $50 a month, $90 a month. If you want to be in webinar mode like we're in now, and you have a decent sized group, now you're looking at $80 a month, $340 a month. And now Zoom is pushing its Zoom event category. Now you start getting into mortgage payment, you know, where it's $1,200 a month, $1,850 a month, right? Starts to become a little pricey. And then the CRM that I was alluding to, you know, HubSpot's, you know, professional and enterprise are 90 to 150. Salesforce starts at 25, and then it goes up to over $3,000 a month. And then we look at Kajabi for all those people who are trying to sell courses and do those things. And they have serviced 75 million people, so they're no slouch. but their most popular plan is $159 a month. Alignable, which is a very respected software company that connects people business to business, and they have three main price points of $29 up to $89 per month, and that's just based on demographic reach and number of connections. And then you get the grandfather of business, right? LinkedIn. It was one of the ones that I liked in the beginning because it was really business-minded people, and then it turned into spam central, in my opinion. But number 4 is where most people upgrade if they're in business to Sales Navigator, and that's going to run you between $100 and $150 a month. And then, of course, Calendly does a great job with the business calendar, charging anywhere between $10 and $16 a month on an individual basis. Now, when you add all that up, you're looking at $180 and some change per month to over $5,600 a month. I mean, if you multiply that out for a year, you're paying between $2,000 and about a half a house, right? In today's society, $68,000 a year. And this is just software to run your business, regardless if you've turned a profit or not. So this is the cost of doing business on the internet if you're a professional and you really need most of the things that are on the screen, because that's just the way the business world works, right? Between virtual conferencing, follow-up, companies assisting you of putting up software to make your life simpler. Here at BeeKonnected, we believe in that philosophy, but we don't believe in that price point. So again, 50 attendees on a virtual conferencing platform that lasts for an hour is absolutely free here. And you can do your social media. You have AI-generated lead capability with our connection generator, and you can form your own community and groups. Now, from there, it's a 14-day free trial in case you have to upgrade because your business is bigger than, only entertaining 50 people. So the basic can carry everything in the prior package, but it ups the attendees to 250. The Pro goes to 500 attendees. And then, of course, Platinum can have not only 1,000 attendees, but Platinum also includes every other option you can add into the BeeKonnected platform to custom design the tools to build your business. So what I'm saying here is for $99.95, we'll just round it to $100. That's all the software that you have to go get from other people, but then you don't have to piece it together. Now, here's where everything changes, right? This is where this becomes more of an opportunity, is if you're at the basic level or above. In other words, if you're investing at least, we'll round it to $20 a month, you can not only monetize your following, and you can also earn any of the bonuses that we offer. Now, again, this will come just through the inertia of just people following you and working with you if they're coming over here to BeeKonnected to watch your show or, sign up in your group. So remember, it's always free to start. But as people learn about our company, everybody loves all the different technology, and it's always just a process. Many people start for free and then they upgrade because their business starts to grow. So remember, a side-by-side comparison, it's $180 to $5,600 a month versus, say, if you're upgrading to $5 to only $99 per month. But this being our 5th year anniversary, and our CEO, again, is very in tune to what people want, they need, they like. And so she wanted to make an offer. And we never had this opportunity before, right? It was basically just customers and getting other customers. And, a couple people would talk up to a few other people, because with the price points being so low, and we do pay and let you monetize your following, it lacked like a big ticket, bonus commission you could earn, which would justify your time. And that just changed just this last Thursday. So now we have a lifetime offer. And what that means is if you buy a lifetime membership now and in the future, as we add more software, more packages, which we will do to BeeKonnected to keep you, abreast with technology, because technology always changes, you'll never have to pay again. You won't have to pay for virtual conferencing. You don't have to pay for CRMs. You don't have to pay for calendars, but it comes with $1,000 referral bonus. Now, I've worked $1,000 referral bonuses program before, and you would be shocked if you knew what really went down, right? Where I was in charge of building out a company, and we offered something similar to this, where there's $1,000 referral bonus attached to it, and the company explodes. Because then it only takes 2 people to not, first off, with the lifetime membership, you're saving a ton of money. You're saving tens of thousands of dollars if you're using all those platforms I talked about per year. But now, if you refer just 2 people, not only do you never have to pay again and save a lot of money, now you got all your money back. And that's just with the first 2 people that know about BeeKonnected. And so I want to give you a little bit of an example, and then we'll talk about how can you participate even if you're not an expert. Maybe you're not good in sales. Maybe you feel uncomfortable. I can show you a way, and I've done this before in my life, where people who have virtually no business experience, they're not some superstar, they don't have a higher education, but they've gone out and made tens of thousands of dollars per month because the system they're operating is kind of like foolproof as long as they'll pay attention to the formula. So we have multiple streams of income. So the first 5 ways that you can increase your cash flow is all that software I talked about, where we build in the live links. You can charge for shows. You can charge for a monthly group if you want. If you've got courses you want to sell, we allow you to keep all that money 100%, not like a YouTube, which is a very powerful company, but they take half your money when you sell something on their platform, right? That's just the way they've designed to do business, and they're making billions each and every year with their model. So they're not going to change anytime soon. The second, or I should say the 6th way, because there's 5 ways in the first 1 through 5 of making your own money, is our affiliate partner program. Now, an affiliate partner program is only going to pay 2 entities. It's not network marketing or multi-level marketing, but some of the tactics are the same, but we're only paying 2 people. And what that means, to keep it simple, is we're going to pay maximum dollars. We're going to pay the most money you can get out of an affiliate program. So here's a kindergartner view, right? There's 2 people. Obviously, somebody is in the company, they're an affiliate, they've sent out a video, they've sent a text message, they've posted something online, and somebody shows up and says, "Ooh, I need that." And they also decide to upgrade to at least $20 and become an affiliate partner. Now, all of their following and any of their referrals, there's going to be 50 cents to $10 per month per subscriber. Now, when you have a big organization, that adds up. But if you're just getting started and you've put 5 people in the program, I don't think you're going to get excited if you're making $50 a month, right? That's not enough to move the needle. But then when we offered the lifetime membership, now it's $1,000 per lifetime membership as a bonus that's paid on a weekly basis. So that becomes very, very exciting. Now, the first person that introduced that person is still going to make the residual seamlessly, but they don't have to train anyone. They don't have to support them. They just refer them and their life goes on like normal. BeeKonnected takes over because we have the full staff and customer service to help each and every member navigate through BeeKonnected. So here's an example as if you stumble across an organization, because remember, we support solopreneurs, right? That just might be a mom and pop, or it might be a chamber of commerce. It might be a Rotary Club. It might be a networking group, as we will be launching with a company called POB, the Patriot Owned Businesses. Now, Josh is the CEO over there, and he has about 20,000 entrepreneurs. Most of these people are like myself, were former military, and they're very hard charging. They've got, their own mission in life, and they're going to go out there, and we are now the preferred communication platform for the POB. So all of their conference calls, webinars, their meetings, all the things related to communicating to their group is going to run through BeeKonnected. So there's 20,000 people going to be signing up for free, and then some of them are going to upgrade. Now remember, on the residual side, it creates 50 cents to $10 a month for any upgraded member, but then there's a $1,000 bonus. So the person that referred them is going to get the matching. It's a matching residual. So if the POB ends up making $10,000 a month, the guy that referred them gets to make $10,000 a month. However, Out of that 20,000 members, the question is, how many of those people would prefer to pay just one time and never have to pay again, knowing there's a $1,000 bonus? So if they refer 2 people, not only do they never have to pay again, we'll give them all their money back with 2 referrals. So is it possible 10 people out of 20,000 would sign up for a lifetime member? And if that's the case, then we immediately send over to the POB a $10,000 bonus check. Could it be 100? Well, then we'd pay them 100,000. Could it be 5%? 5% of the POB decides to become lifetime members. I don't know. But the math is the math, right? So if it's 5% of the group decide instead of, being a basic person or a free person, they want to be a lifetime members, we're going to send over $1 million, this electronically, by the way, in their virtual wallet. We'll send them $1 million in bonuses. But that's not the end of it, because remember, we pay 2 tiers. So they will also be able to get residual, not only on their own clients that didn't go to the lifetime, maybe they're a basic, a pro, or a platinum. We'll also send them 50 cents to $10 per month for how many people are on BeeKonnected. They're in the following of the 20,000 entrepreneurs. Now, that's a lot to swallow the first time you hear it. And if you've never built an organization, now I've built organizations of hundreds of thousands of members before, so I understand the magnitude of this. This is pure passive residual income, and that's what sets you free, right? So here's an example here today. You can't learn a robust company in an hour. It's just not practical. If you could, it's probably a scam, right? Because there's a lot of moving parts. But let's say you're willing to commit to 10 hours a week, as the kids today are calling a side hustle, right? So this is like the greatest side hustle on the planet. So just humor me here and just pretend you would do this. So 10 hours a week. That means you're going to work 2 hours a day, Monday through Friday. Now remember, you work from home. So it could be in the morning, it could be on a lunch break, it could be instead of watching TV at night, you're putting in 2 hours a week, 5 days a week, or maybe you put in 5 hours on Sunday and 5 hours on Saturday. But it's 10 hours a week. And let's say out of all that, now we're going to teach you how to do this. We're going to show you how to effectively send the right kind of posts, because we're going to create the content for you. We've already created the videos for you. We've gone so far as to write the text. We've wrote the emails for you. All you got to do is text, email, or post. And let's say out of your 10 hours a week, you're out there and we're showing you how to get past the people you know and talk to the 5 billion people online. And let's say you only end up converting 1 lifetime member a week. Now that means you're making about $100 an hour. That's a great, it's better than driving an Uber. So that's a great side hustle. Because if people knew, hey, I can make $100 an hour in a part-time business, and my only commitment initially is $20, I can start a legitimate business on a global level for $20, and then I can make bonuses and residual commission. That means on your side hustle, working a $10 hour a week gig, you're making extra $50,000 a year plus residual. Now, that's not retirement money. That's probably not enough money for you to, AKA quit your job, but it's a great side hustle for a part-time gig. Now, the longer you do something, typically the better you get. So after a certain amount of time, you might be able to get 2 people a week that do a lifetime membership. So now you're making $200 an hour. Well, now you're not talking about part-time kind of income, because that's a 6-figure a year gig plus the residual. Here's the important thing to take away from this. The bonuses are great, and it'll get you excited and it'll get you started. Some of the people here today will go out and make $10,000 this month because it's only going to take 10 people, and they probably have certain people in mind. So again, the bonuses get you started, but what sets you free is the residual income. Now, BeeKonnected before this really only could offer the residual income, and it was a big grind. But now that we have all this instant gratification, instant success that anyone can have anywhere on the planet, and then remember, BeeKonnected is going to assist you in giving you the videos, giving you the messages. All you got to do is pretty much send something out, and where it says name, if the software doesn't do it automatically, you need to say, hey, Jimmy, "Hey, Mary," and then, the message will go on, and then they're going to click, and then they're going to eventually land on like a webinar like you're on here today, and we're going to do the heavy lifting. So at the end of this, we really end up having three options, right? Three types of people. The first person, remember, you can sign up absolutely free, not even the free trial. You can just sign up for free. Second kind of person can do the 14-day free trial. Now, I will say this, in the 14-day free trial, you're not qualified legally. We can't do this legally. You can't qualify to earn any kind of commission or bonuses because there's no commitment, and the government makes us we can only pay, I don't want to get into legal speak, we can only pay people that are committed into the system. And then the third person just sees the lifetime membership and wants to jump on it right now. But I want to remind you, in order to earn the bonus, you only need to be at the basic level and be connected. That's $19.95, so to speak. I'm going to call it $20 if it's okay to round. So for $20, you can start a business. You find one lifetime member, we're sending you virtually $1,000 bonus commission, right? You find 5, we're going to send you $5,000. You find 10, we're going to send you $10,000. It's very simple. So people always say, okay, well, how do I get started? Okay, there's only 3 steps. And you will learn and earn as you go. You don't have to learn everything first to start earning. It's not that difficult, right? Most systems that are going to make you a lot of money, the company took the time to set up to make it super simple for you. Number 1, you have to be a BeeKonnected member at the minimum at the basic level. Now, the sooner you are a lifetime member, the easier it is for you to sell something that you believe in, right? So I just want to share that with you. When you become a lifetime member, it's much easier for you to tell somebody else you're excited about the lifetime membership, but it's not mandatory. Second is, there's links to the side that'll show you how to get the proper marketing material, the videos you need. And there's more than one video, right? Because there's an introductory video, there's a why video, there's a how video, there's a demo video. There's all the videos you need. Everything's already created. And it also comes with the message that goes along with it. So you can almost be mindless as long as you send the content out. And then the third thing is when we have another event, you want to be there, because what happens if your person shows up and they're itching to get going and they want to sign up? You need to be there to just simply be moral support, right? And show them that you're committed. And if you do those 3 things, you will learn and earn at the same time, because it's my goal is to have you do what I'm doing, but you can't do that day one. But as I've gone out in my life and I've helped somebody make $5,000 a week, $17,000 a week, I've had people make $70,000 their first month. They then instantly become the expert, not because of their knowledge, but by their success. And that's how most people are judged. If you're not making a lot of money and you're really smart, no offense, people don't want to follow you because you don't have a track record. But as soon as you establish a track record, then people are more apt to listen to what you have to say because you've proven the equation. And that's my sincere hope, that you make a lot of money within the BeeKonnected platform for yourself. Let me see if I can navigate and get my way back here. Okay, so I covered a lot of information. I was rudely interrupted by the crappy Wi-Fi here at the MGM here in Las Vegas. Yes, billion-dollar facility. That's how it works. So you can see the top link there says next meeting, which is going to be on Wednesday. Now I'm speaking American time because right now in Thailand, it's already the next day, right? It's already Sunday in Thailand as we're talking. I just know the Thailand time zone because that's where all my family's at. That's when the next meeting is going to come up. So how many emails, text messages, and postings can you do between now and Wednesday, right? Maybe you can bring 2 people. Maybe you can bring 5 people. Maybe you can bring, and people say, well, I feel uncomfortable. Get comfortable referring. Every company succeeds or dies by the amount of referrals they get. The funky part of all this, in my 30 plus years of teaching people, as soon as you put money on the table, people get nervous. Some people, not all people, but people get nervous. But every time you refer to a restaurant, every time you told somebody to go see a movie because you liked it, you came home with a new car and you bragged about how fast the acceleration is or what kind of a price point that the dealership gave you, it encouraged the other person to go down and check it out, but they don't send you money. See, that Harvard said the number one marketing tool in the world is word of mouth advertising. Now there's marketing materials. That's the middle link. So as you click these buttons, you start to understand the simplicity of what your consumer has to do, your following, right? Your prospects of your own business. You can put your website there. You can put your newsletter. You can put your proposals. You can land them on the buy page of your sites, right? Everything is streamlined. And of course, the bottom link is how to become a lifetime member. Now, will this special last forever? No. Because, we're a business that prides itself on technology first, money second. Technology first, money second. Therefore, we keep our integrity because we can compete with Zoom head to head and blow them out of the water with all the advanced technology we've put. In other words, when Zoom came out in 2013, they started actually in 2011. Eric Yuan, he's a Chinese billionaire. When he launched that company, they had pretty good success out of the blocks, but they didn't go anywhere till the pandemic. And they haven't really upgraded their software as much as, say, Apple did with the iPhone. Because the iPhone, when it came out, by the time Zoom launched, they were on iPhone 5. Now we're on like iPhone 16. Zoom has not upgraded their software because they had to hang on for dear life from all the upgrading. We came along, right? This little bitty company started out of Texas. We're now here in Vegas, and we've snuck up on the industry, and we've put all this incredible technology together to all work seamlessly. And then we put the residual components in there. Now, it was just since Thursday that we launched then this $1,000 referral dollar bonus, which is totally legit because comparing apples to apples, we're massively cheaper with better technology. So going head to head. So when we want to put in $1,000 bonus, we're just giving out our money back to our sales force. We didn't inflate the price of the product to create the commission. We're already at a discount, and then our CEO is very generous, and she believes making a little from a lot, not a lot from a little. Hopefully that makes sense to you, right? So when we do another meeting, all you got to do is come and participate and learn a little more. Hear the presentation. Hopefully I won't be interrupted by, the breakage of my provider, which is the MGM hotel here in Vegas, because that wasn't BeeKonnected, right? So with these offers, there's your next meeting, there's your marketing material, and then there's the opportunity. Now, remember, you can start for $20. You can go out and get 2, 3, 5, 10, 20 people. We're launching, that company with the 20,000 entrepreneurs in it. We'll be launching that on Thursday, this upcoming Thursday. We've got another business meeting on Tuesday. We got something going off because we're in 140 some odd countries. So there's something going off every day in BeeKonnected. But for you, ladies and gentlemen, you want to focus your time and energy to sending out yourself. Now, remember, most of your contacts are in your phone or on in your email account. So it's not like hard work. You just want to send out a certain amount of videos, send out a certain amount of text, and you want to post a couple times on TikTok and Instagram or LinkedIn, wherever you're at in the world online. There's your marketplace is 5 billion people. How many business owners are out of those 5 billion people? So if you only get 10 or 20 people that say yes to the proposition, we can put 10 or 20 grand in your pocket immediately being in a week or so. So that is our proposition. We went a couple minutes over because of the little hiccup here today, but those things happen. I went through the conversion of cell phones when it went from analog cell phones, that's why they're called cell phones, to digital. And that was a nightmare I never want to repeat again because it was a nightmare. And probably saying some of the kids here today are going, what are you talking about, Grandpa? Well, that was 26 years ago. But technology always advances. BeeKonnected is the hottest commodity on the internet right now, right? This is the greatest side hustle one can find to make $1,000 per order. If the person sees the lifetime membership, which most people do, they see the value in it, right? I don't know you, but I don't like to sign up on something. I don't care if it's a gym membership where they're whacking my bank account every month. And then if I want to cancel, it's like a root canal trying to get them to stop taking money out of my account. I mean, companies have now come out with apps to close down all the apps where people keep taking your money. So our deal is pay once and earn income for a lifetime. Starts with the lifetime membership. Okay, so hopefully you guys chatted it up. You should always be networking and finding new connections. And remember, we have software in here. As long as you know the person's name, you can connect seamlessly with them on the platform, right? Because that's the heart and soul of BeeKonnected, is to set you up so you can be heard, be found, and yes, it's all pun on words, and be seen. So I look forward to being able to bring you on as a special guest if you go out and create a lot of success for yourself. I'm looking forward to handing somebody out the first $10,000 a week bonus check scenario, right? That's my favorite time, is handing out the awards, handing out the bonus checks. And again, the bonuses are great, but remember, the fortune is in the residual. So you can go out and make yourself anywhere from a few thousand to a few $100,000, but you can actually make a lifetime retirement plan type if you build out the right network on BeeKonnected, because all things are interconnected and that residual kind of rolls up. So with that said, I appreciate the time. Let's get busy between now and Wednesday. And when you come back Wednesday again, it'll be it should be 45 minutes. I'm 7 minutes overdue. 45 minutes. Now, if you've agreed to the 10-hour work week, that's part of your 10 hours. Is we're going to consistently do 2 meetings a week for you to bring your contacts, bring your sources. The company will have special guest speakers. Our leaders, our coaches will give out the presentations to help close and wrap up the business for you, or I should say with you, because we both share in this together. Remember, the bonus is a 50-50 split, right? We're giving outwards of 50% of the revenue, giving it back immediately to put in the pockets of the people that are promoting the company. So with that said, regardless of the decision you come up with, I always wish you all the success in the world. So until next time, God bless. So what do you cop?